Guys, we're here again on the toast and excited to be sitting next to my partners and co-hosts with me, Keith Yamamoto. We got Kyle Espinola and Clay Haynes, two very special people in my life, and some rock stars and what they do.
How about 3?
Yeah.
You said 2.
2.
He's probably just discounting.
Well, we're just
discounting
assuming,
Keith.
that I'm special. Like that's just a given.
Exactly.
Pie.
Exactly.
It's just given.
So we got, they're both owners in Tree Barber and Caddyshack, and we get to have a lot of fun. Relationship started a long time ago with Clay Haynes and myself at a bar talking about killing gophers. And now Kyle Espinola took it from killing gophers to really killing gophers.
Lots of
and
them.
squirrels.
Who would have thought that a conversation about killing gophers and squirrels would have changed my career? Somebody said, "Hey, you want to partner with me on killing gophers and squirrels?" Man, I must have some issues in my life because this ain't gonna work. Sure enough, here we are, 4 years later, killing it.
There was a lot of doubt
A whole bunch
from the start.
A whole bunch of
lot of doubt.
Kyle, you're telling me that when you were growing up as a little boy, you didn't think to yourself, you know what? When I grow up, I just want to exterminate as many.
Well, a little bit. It was like Navy SEAL and then like killing gophers and squirrels and then maybe professional baseball. But I stuck with option number 2.
Baseball deal,
Shit. Yeah. Baseball paid for college and then gophers and squirrels are paying for my life. So, hey, I'll take it.
Well, the way Kyle's living right now, I think he's selling fur coats.
Versace, baby.
Yeah. Versace. Yeah, actually, Clay was one of the first people that I met. I'm not from the Chowchilla, Merced area. But when I came down here to start working with Dougie, Clay was one of the first people I met. And they had this business called Caddyshack. And I was like, Doug, man, how'd you come up with that name? He was like, Clay came up with that name.
Yeah.
So I just want to, we talked about, your career aspirations as a young boy being a rodent exterminator, Kyle, but how'd you come up with the name Caddyshack? Obviously, we know the root of the name, but, what clicked in your brain and said, we got to go for it?
It was something I was just brainstorming probably, actually, about 3 years prior to. I was going to start this myself because I remember going down Avenue 18 and a half and seeing I don't want to mention the farm's name, but there was a ton of people out trying to kill gophers with, I think it was strychnine at that time. And so I knew about this, machine that could kill gophers. I go, man, I'm gonna start that up. That's gonna be my fill-in for Haynes spreading. And I said, if I do this, I told my wife about it. I said, I'm gonna name it Caddyshack. You can't do that. That's a movie name. I'm gonna do it. So that was the first thing that popped in my mind, and we went and talked to the lawyer. The lawyer said, you can do it, under these circumstances or whatever. So Bill Murray, if you're listening right now, I'm sorry, but at the same time, we
kept it alive.
We've kept it alive. Caddyshack lives forever.
It's in his spirit, so I'm sure he will be listening because a lot of celebrities listen to the podcast. So I'm sure he's listening.
The funnest part about being partners with Clay is if you come up with a name, he will text you late at night all these drawings. He's actually a wonderful artist.
Oh, the logos are genius.
Yeah, and he draws everything out, and he just sends you picture after picture, hand drawn. I don't know how he does it. He's like
it's his miscalling.
Yeah, I forgot those artists, but he sends that stuff all night long, and you're like, golly, this guy's pretty talented.
Well, I think when we came up with the leasing company, Doug sent out a group message between the 3 of us and was like, hey, we got to think of a name. I think at the time Clay was in Hawaii, maybe on vacation.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure enough,
64 names come through.
11 p.m., there might have been a list of maybe more than 64 valid company names. Unreal.
I think the name's important. It's got to be catchy
absolutely.
and get the attention of everybody. So.
It's both Tree Barber and Caddyshack. Those names stick no matter where you go.
Yeah, thanks.
And the barber pole on the Tree Barber logo logo's
Some
awesome.
of that had to do with my mom. She helped me out with that. So,
well, gotta give credit where
Thanks,
it's due.
Mama Haynes. Shout out Mama Haynes.
Yeah, I was just interested about the name, but anyway, so how you guys have grown to do so much work crossing, counties and up and down the state, all over the place. So, what's that ride been like growing so fast? And, it sounded like it started with a small idea and it's kind of grown into this huge thing. So how's that ride been?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Kyle, prior to you being here, it was just kind of a dream with Dougie and I. It was just like a concept, and we'll build from there. And then we knew we had to have somebody to help build it. And the people that we had at the time were just amateurs compared to Kyle. All of a sudden, here comes Kyle, and he, Dougie's putting the pressure on him like he always does, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, Kyle better not break because, Dougie's really just like pushing him. All of a sudden, it just kind of blew up, and Kyle is just taking the bull by the horns and blowing it up. So it's everybody doing it, and it's all these ideas, but it's Kyle kind of seeing it through, and I'm very proud of what Kyle's done, and the whole team,
Yeah,
because
he's got a dynamite team.
yeah, the
Kyle
people,
can talk on that, but
yeah,
it's revolutionized from, like you said, Clay, we were at 5 machines, and then we started thinking about building our own machines, which, if they're listening, Jackrabbit, you did copy us. Your machine's half-assed compared to ours, and we're good at what we do. So, shout out to Jackrabbit on that one. Yeah. But
thanks for proving the method works.
Hey, imitation's the best form of flattery in this world. Okay? So, but anyways, it's worked, and Kyle's, you can have anything. You can have a sprayer, you can have a mower, but it's the operator and the precision and everything like that. And I think that's what Kyle's done a really good job in learning how to see other opportunities. And Caddyshack can be cyclical at times where we'll be slower. And Kyle saw other opportunities, and we started with topping. And I remember one day he said, "Hey, these guys want us to spread for them," and I'm not going to mention their name. And I said, "Well, how many acres do they want us to spread?" And he goes, 14,000. And we didn't have a spreader at that time. And I called up. I go, "Well, how much can we charge?" And he goes, I forgot. It was like $12 or $13. And I'm running the numbers. Okay, this is going to cost us this, debt service, da-da-da. Call up Clay and go, "What do you think?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." I mean, Clay's already the biggest spreader, and what you're spreading is
just open ground spreading.
open ground spreading, right?
Call it a 60-mile radius
Yeah.
or whatever, 80 miles. But.
So Clay understood it. Kyle brings the opportunity, and I'm running the numbers, and I said, "Okay, let's do it." So we that hour we bought 3 brand new spreaders.
3 tractors.
3 tractors. They came in, and Kyle knocked it out. And now we're at 15, 16. I don't know how many spreaders, but quite a bit. And Kyle's taken that and, worked with some companies like the Penny Newman and stuff, using the gypsum, and Paul Stone, Kenneth Stone on the compost, and created a great avenue with a lot of good employees, a lot of good help, and really got a great company going. And I'm proud of Kyle and Gilbert Jr. and Will for just kicking butt on that.
Yeah, and it's a huge attest to the guys that we have in place, right? Gilbert Jr., you mentioned them. They hold it down. Will Branco, Brian Silvera. We've brought on good young
Brian.
Good young talent, right? That's just at the end of the day ready to work. So yeah, it envisioned from nothing to
You can talk about Dominic. Too.
I was gonna say
Dominic
the stud down
Fagundes,
south,
yeah.
the Mustang down south.
Yeah. It started with the
big
3
part of it.
spreaders, and we bought it that day. Now we're doing plus or minus 120,000, and I think it's all a test to Doug, Clay, the great crew that we got. But at the same time, the Ag Center, man, you can't possibly spread 120,000 acres without tapping into other people's knowledge, other people's research, and access to growers. We've really been able to benefit each other. Grow acreage, using leads, using that, and really able to, saturate the market.
If you think about that, 120,000 acres you guys spread this year. That is, if it was just the almonds, we would have spread 10% of the state's almonds. But I mean, we're doing pistachios and little oranges. But I mean, when you think about that number, 1 out of 10, just
Yeah.
that's That's
wild.
No, you're right.
That's kind of crazy.
It is.
From making the split decision on a Tuesday afternoon at 2 p.m. to hop into this business to
Yeah.
turn it into what it is. So
And it doesn't just happen.
that client, thankful for that client. We still spread that 14,000 acres to this day. So we
Yeah.
did something right that first Wednesday.
So that's
Yeah.
171 square miles. So you guys spread like the state of Rhode Island this year.
I'll spread the state of Texas too. Come on.
Didn't you even spread dates one time?
Yeah,
We're in Palm
That was
Springs?
a cool picture.
We took a hell of a vacation to Indio, California to spread dates for this guy. Coachella, yeah. Too bad it was down season, or else we had a good time. But we were stuck at the old Days Inn for 6 days. But yeah, spreading dates, 40 ton an acre. We spent 6 days down there, and I think that's a test to the business, right? We haven't been scared to go where the work is, to do what we need to do. We're building our own machines. We're working with manufacturers to change axles and really, get these machines to run the way we want. And that's the Ag Center way, right? Do it the right way and do it the way you want. And
that's the way those machines are made today.
Absolutely.
All those changes.
Unfortunately, we get
So.
0 copyrights for it. But hey,
Yeah.
I can't complain. So.
And we've got a friend on our side, Nathan Chang. I'm going to give him a shout out because he's a stud that sold us all these tractors and spreaders and was with us the whole way when there was ever a bearing that was out. He was there helping change it and one of Kyle's best friends, one of my best friends. So a lot of respect for him,
He's
Dougie.
done a good job.
Right?
Yeah.
So
No.
he's really pushed our name too.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I got a question for Kyle. So I was like, you guys grew so much, and I was actually having this conversation earlier with another guy similar. But you started, and I'm sure when you started, your thought of what you were capable of was probably a lot smaller than what it is now. Was there a pivotal point throughout the growth where it just clicked for you that you really had that belief and confidence in yourself that any amount of acre, 10,000 acres seemed like a lot when you started, but now you're at 10 times that. So was there a pivotal point along that growth process where it really clicked in your head, where that confidence came in that you could pretty much tackle anything that you guys all agreed was a good opportunity?
Yeah, I think it's 2 different spots for both businesses, right? So Caddyshack was, I think, the day when we decided that we were going to build our own machines. Literally that day we decided that we're all in. We're changing this game. We're taking a silly thought of killing gophers and squirrels to a multi-million-dollar business because we're all in. And I think that's the main thing. We've all been focused. We've all been willing to put our all into these businesses, not only the Ag Center, just the mentality of the Ag Center, but we started building our own machines, vertically integrated, knocking them out. We went from, I think we've purchased 12. We have 37 today, so that puts us at building 20. We've built 25 machines. Just finished another round of 4. We're in the line for building another 4. And on tree barber, on the spreading side, I think it was day one. It was the fact that a grower of that size had the confidence to put a little bit of hope in somebody that not necessarily knew what they were doing, but somebody that cared about what they were doing. They put a little hope in the work ethic and the sacrifice that myself and the partners were willing to make. And I went from them 3 spreaders buying on a Tuesday, spreading on Wednesday, to 14, here in 2020 with 0 thoughts of halting, 100%, balls to the wall. So different points for both businesses, but I think it's all came from good faith. Thankful for the growers, and really a test to the growers and to the customer service. We treat everybody the same, whether it's a $14,000 or 14,000 acre grower, or it's the 20 acre hobby farmer grower.
Right.
We try to treat them all the same. Which I wish the world had a better aspect on that right now too, treating everybody right. But yeah, I think it just comes down to work ethic and willing to put in the grind.
Right. That's awesome.
I think it's a day one mentality that I think Kyle and his group keep every day. And when I mean a day one mentality, I talk to Kyle anywhere, every day from 9 to 10. I call him every single day. I want to know exactly what we're doing, and he gives me an update every single day. Have I ever missed a phone call with you?
She was about 9:26
Yeah.
on the dot
And-
every day for the last 3 years.
and I want to know exactly what's happening. And I would say, and I've learned a lot from my father-in-law here, is just like, he always said, if one man, just a saying he said to me a long time ago, and I know they say it at the office, like joking around, if one man can do it, another man can. And I say, yeah, like to me, I believe Kyle's taken that to hey, we can build this. We're going to build our own trailers. We're going to do this. And I'm in full support of that. Full support of that. And I know Clay is too.
Yeah.
Just let's do it. Kyle will be like, let's do that. Do it. Because I know another guy can go by spreaders, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And another guy can build a trailer. But it's the way you do it and the attitude you keep during that fact while you're doing it is what separates you in the long haul.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not just Kyle, it's his understaff that he's created that mentality and attitude. And back to Dominic too. Dominic from Tulare, a special guy. It's a special attitude that good luck competing against it, because it's a competition every day.
Yep.
Every day. Like I told Kyle, if you I don't want to know we're down. I want to be up. And if we're not up, there's a reason why behind that we're not creating that, manifesting that growth.
Yeah.
And it's your own fault if you're not, because when somebody gives you all the resources, there's no excuses. And we got new guys like Brian Silvera and guys like that who I hope are creating that synergism, and I feel that attitude, and it's got to be that. And it's that day one mentality. It's one man can do it, another man can. And you have to believe if another man can do it, I can do it better.
Yeah.
And it's not cockiness. It's just saying, it's having, if you believe it, truthfully believe it inside. There's a difference between saying it and believing it.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
confident. You know everybody's got your back. The whole team's got your back
Yeah.
if you fail.
Yeah, and that's I don't think it's confidence or cockiness. I think it's confidence. Like literally, me and my wife talk about this. I go to bed dreaming, as weird as it is, about gophers, squirrels, spreading and topping and edging. But I'm able to wake up first thing in the morning, and Doug calls me at 9:30 and says, "What's going on?" You know what, Doug? I had a dream about doing this. Let's roll. Let's fucking roll. Sure enough, within 2 days, we got a new plan in attack. Same with Clay, bouncing ideas off these guys. It's legit, it's a great synergy, and we're all in, ready to roll. Almond harvesting coming up. Watch out, boys.
Yeah.
We're
Better hold on.
Yeah, we're in full effect. So,
Oh, man.
another test and why we're doing this is keeping great guys around. We had a gap with 3 months that we weren't busy, but you got great talent, great guys in the field, and shoot, you might as well mend the gap. So put these boys to work, put myself to work, and we're about to roll. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
watch out.
I don't think we've ever said no to an idea from either one of our partners.
Nope.
That's what's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that is cool.
We're all kind of like on the same page, and now we've kind of got things kind of, I don't know how you want to say it, but it's nice that it's myself, Doug, and Kyle making decisions, and there's nobody else really to answer to.
Yeah, you
besides my wife.
Yeah, our wives think we're crazy.
Yeah, and
but,
don't forget Paulette, who ran the books
Yeah.
every day.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
Don't forget
so my
old
wife,
Russell Harris throwing
everything-
his hat in the back. Come on.
we got to talk closer to the mic, I guess. But my wife, Paulette, who's sitting in the back there, she, that was Dougie and I's secretary when we got this first going. And so we really respect the time that you put in, honey, with Caddyshack.
Yeah.
It was before tree barber even started. But she got things off the ground and did all the running around for us. And so that was pretty awesome, huh, Dougie?
Yeah.
100%. She's a brilliant with the books, brilliant with helping an idea. And there's probably nothing I love more than when we buy something new and she looks at me and she says, "I hope this was the last one."
Well, we didn't tell you that there's 3 more tractors in that package, but
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah, no more. Clay, please stop.
But it's been fun. So, guys, thank you. We're going to do this again. Keith, thank you. And let's have a toast.
Yep. Toast to Caddyshack, Tree
Cheers,
Barber.
fellas. Caddyshack Tree
Thank you
Barber.
guys.